everybody. So it's Tuesday, January 7th. Kelsey, it's your birthday. Hooray! 16 years old. Congratulations. Um, Today was my first day of class, and started out as a very hectic day, let me say that. My first class was at 9 a.m., and it was in the tower. Well, it wasn't really in the tower, I found out. It was in the Thistle complex, which I told you about the tower, right? Well, there's a tower, and then there's a building around it. Thistle complex is that building. So I was looking for the room and I thought it was 105. So I go down in the basement and I find 105. I was like, great, this is awesome. I found it right away. So then I was like piddling around a little bit. I looked at my schedule. I looked at the wrong class. It was actually supposed to be on the third floor. So I started panicking. I had like 15 minutes till class started. So I went up the stairs and I was looking around and I got to where I thought it was. And I was like, okay. So I waited around there for a while. But I started like, well, so then I had some Chinese students walk by and I was like, is this the Thistle complex? And they're like, no. And I was like, ah! So then I started really freaking out. And then finally a Canadian woman came. I was like, is this Thistle complex? She's like, yeah, what room are you looking for? And I was like, this one. And she's like, oh, I'm on the same one. I was like, oh, yay. So we went there and we waited. And it turned out that they didn't have class today because it's seminar, which seminar happens after you have the regular lecture time. It's like a smaller group. You come back and you talk about it, and that's how you get your participation points. So after I didn't have class, I went to go get my student ID, which I will show to you. You ready for this? So this is me. Just kidding, this is me. That's my bus pass. So yeah, this gets me into my room, my hall, and this room that I'm in currently, which is the lounge. And I want you to notice something. There's a TV, but it's not plugged in. You know why? Because the plug-in is like far away and it doesn't reach. So I was so mad when I finally got in here and I realized I couldn't watch TV still. You know how awful it is not to be able to watch TV when you paid to watch TV? So actually today, don't tell my dorm mate this, but I plugged in her TV and I would watch it for a little bit at a time. And there's one point where she actually like came in. I turned it off real fast and I was like pretending like I wasn't doing anything. And then she went to the bathroom and I unplugged it so it looked like I hadn't been there. Yeah. Okay, so back to my ID, got the card, and then I was told that I couldn't get my meal plan until later on. So I was like, whatever. So I ended up going to get my bus pass, which, holy crap, that took forever to find. I felt like I was so tired after I finally found it. There was a Starbucks nearby. It sucks. And it was like not very many choices at all. Then I ended up getting a muffin, a chocolate chip muffin, and chocolate milk, and that was at like 10 o'clock by the time that happened. So finally, I decided I was going to go and sign up for my Niagara Falls trip, which is this Saturday, and I'm so excited to go see the falls. It'll be a bus trip. It only cost me $5 to get there, but once I get there, I have to pay for the actual stuff, but it's whatever, you know. So I got signed up to do that. I got my ticket. So then I was like, okay, I don't have class till noon. What should I do now? Well, I ended up just walking around, I think, and I went back to my room for a little bit. So it wasn't very productive at all, let me tell you. So finally it came time for my class, and I went down. It was in the same building, so I found it pretty easily. It was stage management, and it was supposed to be in room 141. So I get down there, and it's getting to be like 11:55, and there's no one there again. And I was like, what is this? Is this like something typical that's gonna happen to me? But it turned out that everybody in the class had a class right before that, and they're all theater students. So it was a really fun class. There was 11 of us, and we started learning about stage management. And I'm really interested in the subject. You know, it's gonna be good. So that class went from 12 to 3. So I had a class for 3 hours, and that I thought it was gonna be bad, but I actually didn't mind it since I actually liked the topic. So I got done, and I went and I had some lunch, which my meal plan card didn't work still, so I had to pay for that. I got a piece of pizza, which was like this big, and it was cheese. It was alright. I thought it was too dry, you know, bread. Anyway, after that, what time would it have been? Okay, I had to go meet this girl from France who her friend had given me a phone for $35. And so now I'm gonna have a Canadian number, which I might give to some of you if I like you. Just kidding. And that's on my next class was at 5, which is weird because I've never had a class that late in the day, except for during summer. But that's a different story. So I had my free time, went back to my room. Then I came back to class. It was in the same building again, so that was nice. And it's media transformations in the creative arts. Now that sounds kind of cool, right? Well, I got in there and I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. What it is they take media art, like the new art that's coming up, and you can only see it digitally, and you have to analyze it. So it sounds like it's gonna be awful, but we have a group project due March 4th, and my group's pretty cool. Both of them speak German, and one of them's from Germany, and the other one's from Germany, but he lives here in St. Catharines now. She's actually just gonna live, she's just going to college here. So they seem pretty cool, which convinced me to stay in the class. So, but we got out early, that was nice. That was supposed to be a 3-hour class too, till 8 o'clock at night, and I was like, it's gonna be bad. I can just tell. Sorry this is getting so long. Okay, so then I got done around 6:30, and I went down and they checked my card, and my meal plan had been on there, so I went down to the cafeteria, and it's way different than Hayes. You actually have to pay for like items. You can't just pay for the buffet and just go in and eat as much as you want. So I ended up going in and I got a pasta with chicken and broccoli and tomatoes, and that cost $10 along with a drink. Now they gave you either choice between this size of drink or this size of drink, and there was a 10-cent difference. So I was like, might as well get the bigger one. So I got that. I sat down and ate, and all of a sudden, my people from Australia came up to talk to me. They're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And that made me feel really good because I've been feeling a little lonely all day. I haven't really had anyone to talk to, so that was a nice positive experience. I don't know if you've ever played The Sims, but when they're like social, talking socially, and you see the either plus sign or the minus sign. Well, I was feeling the big plus sign. I was like, boop boop, yeah. So I sat there, watched The Price is Right. They gave me way too much food, so I ended up throwing some away. I know it's bad. Sorry, but I couldn't eat it. So I came back to my room, did a little bit of homework, which was reading for stage management, and I really enjoyed it actually. And now I'm doing this. So I think my day's pretty much over. Might Skype some people. Guess we'll see what tomorrow brings. Thanks, guys. Bye.